a super short video today, but listen, super, super important video. Make sure you watch through this. It could save your life, because when we talk about crap hitting the fan and we talk about stockpiling certain drugs, even over-the-counter drugs, there's one that is more important than the rest of them, and you should get tons of it. Sure, we can get things like acetaminophen or ibuprofen. Painkillers are going to be very important, but listen, when it comes to saving your life, Imodium, or the generic is Loperamide, when it comes to diarrhea, and that's what it is, by the way, it's an anti-diarrheal drug, you have to make sure you have lots of this. And don't shut off the video, and I'll explain why. It's very short. Because diarrhea, right now in America, may just be an inconvenience. You know, it's something a little embarrassing you have to deal with. But no, understand that in third world countries, which, bear with me in a second, it's a killer. Because think about this, your small intestines, when you eat food, your small intestines absorb the nutrients and food into your bloodstream. So you eat some chicken, that chicken's broken down from your small intestines, goes into your bloodstream, gives you the energy and proteins you need. However, all that watery sludge after you're done absorbing that goes to the large intestines, and the large intestines have one major job: electrolyte balance and water reabsorption. So as it slowly goes through your large intestines, the water's reabsorbed, and you end up with stools, your typical, feces number 2 that you deal with afterwards. If for whatever reason your body thinks, or your gut thinks, oh, this is kind of poisonous or problematic, it drastically increases the speed of that, called increasing your motility. And now instead of reabsorbing the water, it's pushed out, and now you have diarrhea. And again, inconvenience right now, but a life, it kills, let me put it that way. It leads to dumping water, dehydration, and death. Again, not so much in America, because we have great medicine. We have all kinds of things here that basically put in place so you don't get diarrhea. But I want you to understand, a single diarrhea episode, just one, you could literally dump 1 liter of water. A liter of water. When I sit down and I try to drink a liter of water, I could imagine that dumping out just during one dehydration phase. There are some patients back in the day, I remember when I was practicing, 10 liters of water. They could lose 10 liters throughout dehydration and diarrhea over the next couple or a few days. Even worse, listen to this. In third world countries, you ready for this? Over 500,000 kids, just kids alone, over 500,000 die every year because of this. Diarrhea. We're not talking about the diseases that cause it. Just diarrhea itself is enough to make them to dump their water. They get dehydrated and die. Over 500,000 a year. And you might thinking, what? Diarrhea? No way. That's because we live in modern America, or whatever first world country you live in watching this video. We have clean water, clean food, even filtered water. Tap water is sometimes even filtered before it gets to your house. But guess what? Crap hits the fan. Disaster. A collapse. America is now the new third world country. And we're not used to this at all, by the way. So that's why when we go abroad, you go overseas, we're more susceptible, because our immune system and our GI tract is not used to this. It's going to be absolutely horrible. So you got to make sure you have a lot of Imodium ID, or again, Loperamide. Here's the thing. You can actually deal with having just dysentery, a fecal to oral route, basically getting some of the contagions in. So when somebody else in your family has it, you have it too. Now we're looking at a whole family that's dehydrated. How about cholera? Cholera outbreaks used to take place in small towns where the actual water supply became contaminated. And there's literally been documented cases where the entire town, every single person dies. Don't hear about it much anymore. We have clean water. Giardia. Maybe you're bugging out or now living out in the woods, whatever the case may be. Again, I always say don't recommend that, but you never know what might happen. Getting the Giardia from streams or ponds, very real. Or even coli, contaminated food. It's a very real possibility. It's all coming to a collapsed society near you. So here we go. Pick up your Loperamide. I actually linked some below, by the way. I try to find the best deal possible so you can buy lots and lots of it. That's what I'm doing. Stockpile lots of this, because diarrhea, again, in modern America is more of an inconvenience, but around the world, ask them. It is something that is a killer. And if we see any type of major problem here in America, it's going to be a killer here too. So click on the link below to pick some up for yourself. Make sure you stockpile a lot. And I hope this video helped. We'll see you next time.